shows every Sunday.
Random Ramblings with Rob.
Here we go.
What up, everybody? This your boy B-Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rambles with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. If you're a first-time listener, I'd like to thank you oh so much for giving my show a try. And if anybody recommended you to me, go on ahead and lean over and give that person a crisp high five. But if you're being socially cautious and you don't want to be touching hands with nobody out here with the Omicron Prime Perseus CI6 running around here, all these different variants and stuff, you can grab your social media app of choice and send that person a well-crafted DM telling them thank you for recommending you to me. And speaking of social media, you can find the Random Ramblings with Rob on various social media platforms to include Twitter at 3R Show, Instagram at The 3R Show, and I think that's the main sources that I use. But for anything that I may have forgotten to mention, you can go to randomrob.com and you can find many different ways to contact me on social media, see the guest list, and find out many different ways to help support the show via merchandise and other things. Also, the sponsor, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. You can get 15% off your order for some of this magnificent spices to put on top of all the foods and stuff that you eat. I mean, it can literally go on anything. You know, you can make drinks with this stuff as garnish. So Hooks, Rubs, and Spices got you covered in all departments, baby. So go to hooksrub.com and use promo code RANDOM for 15% off. So, hey, welcome back. Another show going down here. No guests, as you can tell by the intro. You only get a full-length introduction to the show whenever I have proper guests and everything. And as of last week, I didn't have a guest then. But I think you got a full intro because I pretty much co-opted a guest appearance that I did on somebody else's show. We were talking about WWE's top 50 tag teams of all time, according to WWE. You know, so that's just within the realm of WWE. They're not talking about tag teams outside of the company or anything like that. I explained this a little bit last week. But if you hadn't heard it, I'm just giving you a briefest of brief recaps. So go back and check that out. But just been super busy as per usual. I'm about to receive another schedule change in my day job, work life, and it's actually going to be in the daytime. So I'm excited about that. I'll still be able to do other things and stuff and not be awake while the world is sleeping and sleeping while the world is awake. So I'm excited about that. That means also some extra cash in my pocket. I talked about it a little bit this week already on RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk. That's the other show. Whoops, I dropped things. Live Wednesday nights on Mixler.com/fanoff. And I got my back waxed last weekend. Yeah, I gave you a brief pause of silence so you can assess that. B-Rob, why you ain't go get your back waxed? Because I'm a hairy motherfucker. And secondly, my wife paid for it. And thirdly, you know, I guess I had to go because she paid for it. You know, it was one of those things to where, like, I'm a hairy man. I am a hairy beast. And, you know, it's a chore to maintain that sometimes because I don't like being a hairy man beast. So I got my Manscaped clippers and everything, and I try to shave as much as I can. And, you know, and fellas, for those of you who do shave your body parts and everything, even your armpits and whatnot, you know the hassle and the distress behind the shit or whatever. I mean, you get it. You got to take the time. You got to shave the shit. You got to clean up all the hair afterwards and everything. And then you got to deal with the itchies when the hair start to come back ever so fine. And then it's all prickly like a porcupine and stuff. I mean, ladies, you can relate too. I mean, some of you, I mean, my wife is fortunate enough to where she doesn't have to shave her legs and all kinds of stuff because she doesn't really grow hair like that. So I am appreciative of that as well. Some genes have been good to her. Yeah, I have not been blessed with such genes and everything. I started balding at 23. I think I fully lost my hair around 26, 27, something like that. So some of these genetics have not been good to me, but I'm here, so I guess that's the thing. But I went there to the place. Lady laid me down on the table, and she proceeded to wax my back. So shit was painful. Did not like at all. But I can only say it was painful on the parts to where I had thicker hair, which is understandable, right? It's just a lot of mane to pull off of my back parts and whatnot. So, she finished my back and everything. And I was like, well, man, now I'm all smooth in the back and I'm all furry in the front or whatever. So I was about to tell her to go ahead and get the front part done. But I was laying there while she was finishing up my back, and I was thinking about the 40-Year-Old Virgin movie and how his chest hairs got ripped the hell up. I'm nowhere near as hairy as that character in that movie or Austin Powers in that movie. But I just advised against it. I went home, and like I said, I got my Manscaped clippers, and I just gave it a little quick buzz off the top, and it was good. It was all gravy, baby. So I didn't have to sit there and go through the aches and pains of getting my chest hairs ripped out. But I don't know. I guess that's an experience in the book that I can account for. It's like, hey, I have been professionally waxed before. And damn, shout out to the professional wrestlers, man, because a lot of them, this is a way of life for them. It's one of those necessities to look good on camera and be appealing to your audience and everything. Just damn going through all these rigors. And I'm pretty sure some of the females do it too. I was sitting there with the assumption and the belief in my head to where, like, all right, if my wife goes here, ever so often, every couple of weeks, and get her lady parts waxed, I can imagine getting your ladies' parts waxed being kind of painful, So I was like, if she can do that, I can get my back done. And then I thought about women in general, how their body is more resilient than men's and everything. They can withstand heated temperatures of above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit and shit when they take these hot ass showers. Run hot ass dish water to wash the dishes and just submerge their hands in the water and just come out unscathed and whatnot, to where we looking like Terminator 2 when we getting dipped down into the freaking the schmelt and everything, and just like on fire and dying and melting and everything. So, and plus they push out human beings out of their bodies as well. So I should have used my thinking cap a little bit better than that. But I don't know. Will I go back and do it again? Maybe not. But I won't say I would never. So it'd be that way. It'd be that way sometimes. I tell you, I was smooth as fuck, though. I did like the feeling after the fact. I said it on the RBR. I said I jumped on the bed on my back and slid right off the other side. I was so damn smooth. So smooth and elusive. And everything. But yep. And Royal Rumble happened last night. So we all did a watch along, and I like to formally extend appreciation and thanks to all the members of the RBR neighborhood that hung with me that evening throughout the show. A lot of people had gripes and complaints about it, and deservedly so, because it was predictable as shit, and it's something that we've already seen before. So I can understand the gripes and bitches and complaints about the Royal Rumble event last night, the premium live event on Peacock. And I don't know. There were some good things about it, and I tend to focus more on those. But when you host a pro wrestling show to where we kind of bitch and complain and nitpick at certain things, I think that was most of the whole recording, the whole hour and some change that we recorded last night after the show was over. A lot of bitches and moans, a lot of bitches and complaints. So you can check that out on Monday evening. That episode will be out on the RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk feed on whatever platform that you listen to your podcast. So it's out there for your interpretation. It's out there for your listening pleasure. And once again, I appreciate the RBR neighborhood for embracing me into the fold and showing their support to the podcast as a whole. It's a great community. I also hope that anybody that may be listening to me now talk about it, if you're a professional wrestling fan, we invite you over to the RBR neighborhood to hang with your boys and gals and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much was the exciting part of my week this week, getting my back waxed. So, I mean, there's not much going on the home front. I am, February 12th, will be once again getting the opportunity to do commentary, pro wrestling commentary. It's going to be out in Dallas, Texas, February 12th. It's the Black on Four Sides event. And tickets are still available. You can go to healthclubrx.com. They are the ones that are putting on the event. They got general admission. They got some VIP seatings left. And it's BYOB if you're 21 plus, baby. So you can check that out. I think the show is going to go down February 12th. And I believe maybe a week after, or I don't know what the lapse date is for after the event is actually being put on. But the show will be available on YouTube after the fact. So that's in Dallas, Texas, February 12th, 2323 Crown Road. And it is the Black on Four Sides event. This company has been established just this year. So, I mean, I don't know if I'll be a regular voice in the commentary booth, but I was invited to be the third member of the commentary table because of my performance at the New Texas Pro show that I did commentary for. So somebody threw my name in the hat, and I was very appreciative. I was very appreciative of being nominated and having the opportunity. I'll be able to talk with my commentary co-host, I suppose. A little later on this week, we're going to sit around the campfire and just kind of get to know each other and work on a little bit of that chemistry before the show on February 12th. So once again, if you're in Dallas, Texas on February 12th, 2323 Crown Road, it is the Black on Four Sides event. All black wrestling program, all black wrestling commentators, all black wrestlers. So show the support. Bell time is at 7:30 p.m. Once again, 2323 Crown Road in Dallas, Texas, February 12th. Come holla at your boy. But I don't know. My wife asked me the other night. She's like, yeah, this is your second opportunity that's been granted to you to do commentary. She's like, how do you feel? I was like, I feel good. Because commentary is one of those things that I enjoy doing. It's just, I like to test my knowledge on what I'm watching. I had a little bit of a minor in professional wrestling. I did a little bit of training. And, obviously I didn't get to get real deep into the world of professional wrestling as a competitor. But I was able, because of the little bit of training that I got and just years of watching, I can recognize some of the moves and just some of the things. So I think, this is only my second time. There's going to be a young lady with us. I don't know what her length of experience is. And then we have a seasoned veteran and the other gentleman that'll be with us. So much like the event that I did with New Texas Pro, I'm going to be leaning on the OG, and I'm just kind of follow the lead and see where that takes me. So, hey, so your boy will be forever etched into the annals of professional wrestling independently, maybe professionally one day. Maybe RBR will make our own lane, or the Random Rambles with Rob will make our own lane into the world of professional wrestling. Maybe somebody will hear this podcast and hear my soft and sultry tones. You know, that's my radio voice right here on K-Rock 103.6. But anyway, I think that's all I got. Quick little 15-minute pop for you or whatever. But once again, very appreciative of people hanging in there with me. I talked to one of my older listeners the other day. Shout outs to Nick and his father that's not doing too well right now. He's been hanging with him at the hospital and everything. And I just want to send out my good vibes and well wishes to Nick and his father and just his family as a whole. Hope he's doing very well as at the time of this recording and beyond. So, yeah. Shout out to Nick. Put some horns on it. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow me on Twitter at 3R Show. You can follow me on Instagram at the 3R Show, which hopefully soon, since my trademark period is almost up, I should be owning the trademark here in a couple days for 3R Show proper and see if I can get that relinquished from Instagram and make that mine so I can be proper at 3R Show on my main social media accounts that I'd use normally. So, yeah. And remember, if you forget any of my social media, go to randomrob.com and just get a looksy-loo in there. And also, if you want a full-on dose of professional wrestling live every Wednesday night, you can go to RBR Wrestling on all social media platforms and listen to us live on Mixlr.com/Fanoff. You can do it on your web browser. You can download the app for your mobile device. You can do it on the web browser on your mobile device. So come check us out on Wednesday nights live for your entertainment. And I'll see you next time.